Good evening, Bahamas, on the broadcast tonight. Fired up and ready to go, the Free National Movement hosts a major candidate rollout on Grand Bahama. Plus, a candidate calls for the relocation of the New Providence landfill. And the University of the Bahamas crowns its first beauty ambassador.
Our news is brought to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive.
Welcome to our news, the weekend edition, and thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Knowles. Free National Movement leader Dr. Hubert Minnis charging that the Progressive Liberal Party has completely failed Grand Bahama. His comments came as he addressed scores of fired-up party supporters during the FNM's Candidates rollout rally last night. And while the party looks to paint Grand Bahama red, Minnis promised to put an end to the neglect of that island and revive its ailing economy.
The PLP under Cotton Candy Christie presided over the loss of more jobs in Grand Bahama than any previous administration.
And according to Free National Movement leader Dr. Hubert Minnis, it's just one of the many broken campaign promises of a failed Christie administration. Dr. Minnis says despite the Prime Minister bragging about spending $100 million on Grand Bahama, it's done nothing to help boost that island's economy.
Imagine that. $100 million and unemployment still high.
Lies! Can't take them no more. Lies! Can't take them no more.
$100 million and the people still suffering. 100 million and businesses and hotels still closed. 100 million and still little to no hurricane relief. Despite all the big talk, very little was actually done.
Minnis was addressing a packed room of energetic party supporters during the party's rollout of its slate of Grand Bahama candidates. From the Guinnett development and the loss of 1,400 jobs at the Royal Oasis to the recent closures of the Treasure Bay Casino and the Memories Resort, the FNM leader says it all points to the complete failure of the Christie administration. But Dr. Minnis says an FNM government will place emphasis on further developing Grand Bahama's industries as it did before.
In conjunction with the University of the Bahamas, we will encourage the establishment of a technical and scientific research hub in Grand Bahama, similar to the renowned Silicon Valley in California. And yes, we will extend the course offerings at the northern campus of the university so that students will not have to travel to Nassau to complete their degrees.
In addition, the FNM leader says they will encourage investors to take advantage of the duty-free concessions offered to businesses in East and West Grand Bahama.
The FNM will stimulate and support a restoration of the glory that was once Grand Bahama.
The PLP say Grand Bahama booming on the Muslim being illuminated.
Grand Bahama will become that destination in the Bahamas where the enjoyment is once again outside hotels. And that enjoyment will be delivered by Bahamians with the talent, the creativity, and the entrepreneurial drive that restores the magic.
Minnis asked the fired-up audience to deliver him a sweep of Grand Bahama's 5 constituencies. In the lineup of candidates are party deputy leader Peter Turnquest in East Grand Bahama. Former party chairman Michael Pintard will run in Marco City, while Pakeisha Edgecombe will be the standard bearer in Weston and Bimini. Frederick McAlpine is the party's candidate for Pine Ridge, while Iram Lewis will look to secure Central Grand Bahama. Meantime, FNM Deputy Leader Peter Turnquest accused the Christie administration of doing nothing but mismanaging the economy and abusing public finances. And with many Grand Bahamians already enduring tremendous struggles and stress, the incumbent East Grand Bahama MP says the island cannot take another 5 years of the same.
After 4 downgrades, one for each year of this lousy government, a debt to GDP ratio at a staggering 87.4%. That's up from 55% in 2012, you know. They grew it to 87.4%, spending $2 billion, not million, $1 billion. And I ask you, FNMs, can you see the evidence of $2 million?
Turnquest also spoke about the impact of the recent pullout of Norwegian cruise lines.
Norwegian Cruise Lines has announced its intentions to discontinue calls at the Freeport Harbor. And the government has agreed to permit Carnival Cruise Lines to build a private cruise port in East Grand Bahama without detailing any expanded benefits for Bahamians. As a representative for East Grand Bahama, I am certainly happy for the development in our area. But it makes no sense to relocate a cruise port if the Bahamians are going to be effectively locked outside the gate looking in. This is unacceptable. And we will work with Carnival to ensure that there is no loss of opportunity for Bahamians.
Well, in other news, madness. That's how Deputy Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis described the comments made by Free National Movement leader Dr. Hubert Minnis that he would execute another sale of the Bahama resort. Davis says he wonders why Minnis would choose this point in time to prove to Bahamians that he does not have their best interests at heart. Giorgio Bain reports.
Even after he had made his peace with Minnis's comments surrounding the possible resale of Bahama to a buyer who would be more focused on the needs of Bahamians, Davis admitted that he has been overly confused by the FNM leader and can conclude that his pledge was nothing more than pure madness.
And Barclay said, you know something? I say he was my friend. I didn't say he was smart. I never tell you he was as smart as man on 2 legs, eh? I wonder what he was talking about.
According to Davis, there can only be 2 explanations for Minnis's comments. However, he asserted nothing can excuse the aspiring prime minister from announcing that he would execute a real sale of the property, putting Bahamians' jobs in jeopardy.
Now, there's only 2 options here about what he had to say. Either he don't understand that, and well then, if that's the case, we're looking at someone who's dangerously ignorant. That's one option. The other option is he does understand, but he's lying to you, the Bahamian people, and then he is a dangerous liar. He wants to stop and cancel Bahama now, after he was finally rescued from bankruptcy, finally on track, hundreds of Bahamians trained and hired. He's going to stop all that for his own petty politics?
Davis says he questions Minnis's newfound interest in Bahamians, considering he voted in favor of hiring thousands of foreign workers to complete the resort under the former FNM government.
He's going to bring somebody in who will only hire Bahamians. But what he forgot, and he thinks we have forgotten, is that he was sitting right around the cabinet table when they signed a contract to bring 8,000 Chinese work permits here under the FNM. So what is this double talk? What is this all about? It was him. It was in 2010 under an FNM government while he was in cabinet.
Davis said if Bahamians were not sure who to cast their votes for on election day, Minnis has given them all the reasons to stick with the PLP.
Ask his own colleagues, his own FNM MPs. They'll tell you Minnis is a man who thrives on spite and revenge. That's what they say. What do you think he would do to PLP programs that are starting to make big changes?
Reporting for our news, I'm Giorgio Bain.
Still to come in our news, a union boss says Bahamian employees are treated as slaves.